Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this lecture of the partial derivatives. Today I am going to discuss the partial derivatives of function of two variable, and then we will discuss the Euler theorem and we will try to solve questions related to the Euler theorem. So partial derivatives and its application. I am going to discuss about function of two variable. Suppose that let S is any subset of R square. Let S is any subset of R square and assign xy in S, then or map f from S to R square, from S to R, such that f of xy is a real number, then your z, say z equal to fxy, is said to be a function of two variables, a function of two independent variables. Here we will say that if your f is a mapping from the set S to R, where S has the elements of R square, then this real mapping is said to be a function of two variables, and we will say that our x and y are independent to each other. That means their partial derivatives with respect to each other will be 0. And here your S is said to be your domain and subset of R is codomain. Then let us define partial derivatives. The partial derivative of z, or you can say f, with respect to x at some point a comma b is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h comma b minus f of a comma b upon h. This is known as partial derivatives of f, partial derivative of f with respect to x at some point a comma b. And we also write it as, we can also denote this f del f upon del x at ab as fx at ab, and your fy at ab, that means del f upon del y at ab is equal to limit k tends to 0 f of a comma b plus k minus fab divided by your k. So this is your partial derivative of f with respect to x, and this is your partial derivative of f with respect to y. And similarly we can define the higher order derivatives. Your del 2f upon del x2 will be del upon del x of del f upon del x. And now we have the definition for del f upon del x. Your del 2f upon del x del y will be equal to, we can also write it as del by del x of del f upon del y, and we can also write it as f of yx. We can write it as f of yx. That means we have differentiated first with respect to y and then with respect to x. And if your fx, fy and fxy are continuous, then we can say that this fxy is same as your fyx. So in our case, our function will be continuous, so we will say that this fxy is same as f of yx. Now let us solve few questions related to the partial derivatives. So the first question is, if u equal to log x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, then show that the first part is your ux plus uy plus uz equal to 3 upon x plus y plus z. That means the partial differentiation of u with respect to x plus partial differentiation of u with respect to y plus partial differentiation of u with respect to z equal to 3 upon x plus y plus z. And your del upon del x plus del upon del y whole square, del upon del y plus del upon del z whole square u equal to minus 9 upon x plus y plus z whole square. So let us solve this question. So solution, u is equal to log x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3 xyz. So on differentiating with respect to x, we will get ux equal to, the differentiation of log x is 1 upon x, then we have the differentiation of the bracket. Now the differentiation of this bracket with respect to x will be differentiation of x cube will be 3x square, this is your 0, this is your 0, and we have the differentiation of x is 1, so we have 3yz. Please note that here our u is a function of x, y and z. So that means your x, y and z are independent to each other. So that is why your del y upon del x is 0, del z upon del x is 0. So we have only the differentiation of x cube, which is your 3x square, and the differentiation of y cube with respect to x will be 0 because x and y are independent to each other. Differentiation of z with respect to x will be 0 because u is a function of x, y and z, and here the differentiation of x will be 1 and we have 3yz. Then similarly your uy will be 3y square minus 3xz upon x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, and your uz equal to, the differentiation with respect to z will be 3z square minus 3xy upon x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. So the first part is the sum of these three. Let us find out its summation. So ux plus uy plus uz equal to, now the sum of these three will be, our denominator is same, so we have x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, and in the numerator our 3 will be common, and then we will have x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Now as x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is equal to, now we have the factors of x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz as x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. This is your factor of this value. So here you can see that this term is cancelled. So we have 3 upon x plus y plus z. This was your first part. So we have done the first part. Now for the second part, your second part is del upon del x whole plus del upon del y plus del upon del z whole square of u. We can write it as del upon del x plus del upon del y plus del upon del z, then del upon del x plus del upon del y and del upon del z. That means we can break this square in two parts and then send the right hand side u in the bracket. Now we have the value for this summation, and which is equal to, the value of this summation is equal to 3 upon x plus y plus z. Now the differentiation of 3 upon x plus y plus z with respect to x will be, now this is equal to del by del x of 3 upon x plus y plus z and del upon del y of 3 upon x plus y plus z, and then we have del upon del z of 3 upon x plus y plus z. Now the differentiation of 1 upon x is minus 1 upon x square. So we have minus 3 upon x plus y plus z whole square. Please note that as we are differentiating with respect to x, so your y will be constant and this is your constant. So we have just like 1 upon x plus a, and differentiation of 1 upon x plus a is minus 1 upon x plus a whole square. Similarly, here we will have x plus y plus z whole square, then minus 3 upon x plus y plus z whole square, and this is equal to minus 9 upon x plus y plus z whole square. So this is your answer. Then the next question. The second question is if x square upon a square plus u plus y square upon b square plus u plus z square upon c square plus u equal to 1, then show that ux whole square plus uy whole square plus uz whole square is equal to 2 times x ux plus y uy plus z into uz. So solution. Here you can see that we have to differentiate 2 times with respect to x. So let us differentiate this equation with respect to x. Now, as we have 4 variables, one is x, another is y, then we have z, and finally we have u. So here you can see that, and we have to differentiate u with respect to x, y and z. So we can say that our u is a function of x, y and z, where my x, y and z are independent to each other. So the first equation is, this is your equation. Say this is equation number 1. Now let us differentiate this equation with respect to x. Now while differentiating this equation with respect to x, here this is your variable and again this is your variable. So we will use the fraction rule, and here as we are differentiating with respect to x, so your y square will be constant and u depends on x. Similarly, here your z square will be constant because your x, y and z are independent to each other. So we will differentiate u with respect to x. So now the differentiation of x square will be 2x, then multiply by 1 upon a square plus u. Then now the x square and differentiation of 1 upon a square plus u will be power minus 1, and minus 1 is here. Then we will have a square plus u whole square, and then the differentiation of a square plus u will be del upon del x. Then here we will have y square minus y square upon b square plus u whole square into del upon del x. Then the third term will be minus z square upon c square plus u whole square into del u upon del x, and the differentiation of 1 will be 0. So let us take del u upon del x common. So if you take del u upon del x common, then we have 2x upon a square plus u, then del u upon del x in the right hand side will give, now this is your x square upon a square plus u square whole square, x square upon a square plus u whole square plus y square upon b square plus u whole square plus z square upon c square plus u whole square. Now the value of del u upon del x will be, from here your del u upon del x is, or your ux will be 2x upon a square plus u divided by this bracket. Let us assume this bracket as capital A, where my capital A is equal to x square upon a square plus u whole square plus y square upon b square plus u whole square plus z square upon c square plus u whole square. Now, on partial differentiation with respect to x, we are getting here 2x divided by a square plus u. Similarly, if we differentiate with respect to y, similarly, our del u upon del y will be 2y upon b square plus u divided by a. In a similar fashion, you can solve this because you can see that here x, y and z are symmetrical to each other, and similarly a, b, c are symmetrical. So this is your uy and uz will be 2z upon c square plus u upon a. So now we have the values of ux, uy, uz. So as we have ux, uy, uz, so we can take their whole square and the right hand side. Now let us compute the left hand side and right hand side separately, and then we will show that both sides are equal to each other. So left hand side, ux whole square plus uy whole square plus uz whole square is equal to, your ux whole square will be 1 upon a square 4 x square upon a square plus u whole square plus 4 y square upon b square plus u whole square plus 4 z square upon c square plus u whole square. Now if you take 4 common, then this will be 4 upon a square. Then the bracket, your bracket will be, here your bracket is x square upon a square plus u whole square, y square upon b square plus u whole square, and z square upon c square plus u whole square. And its value was, your a was x square upon a square plus u whole square plus y square upon b square plus u whole square, and z square upon c square plus u whole square. So that means this bracket is 8. So this is equal to 4 upon 8. So this is your left hand side. Let us compute the right hand side. 2x into del upon del x. Your del upon del x was, this one. So we have 2x square upon a into a square plus c. Then the next one will be 2y square upon a into b square plus c. Then the next one will be 2z square upon a into c square plus c. So if you take 2 common, then we will have 4, and if you take a common, then we will have 4 upon a outside. Now in the bracket we have this term. Now here you can see that this bracket is equal to 1 using the equation number 1. So the value of this bracket is 1, so we have 4 upon a. So you can see that your left hand side is 4 upon a, and again your right hand side is 4 upon a. So this is the proof of the problem. The next question, our next question is, if theta equal to t to the power n into e to power minus r square upon 40, then show that, then if this is your theta, then find n such that 1 upon r square del upon del r of r square del theta upon del r. Then find n for which you have this condition. Then find n for which we have this condition. So our 1 upon r square del upon del r of this bracket is same as del theta upon del t. So we have to find out our n. So here you can see that we have to differentiate theta with respect to t, and then theta with respect to r, and then again with respect to r. So del theta upon del t will be, your theta is t to the power n e to the power minus r square upon 4t. So del theta upon del t will be, now the differentiation of t power n will be n t power n minus 1 into e to the power minus r square upon 4t, then t power n, and the differentiation of e to the power x will be e to the power x, and then the differentiation of this bracket will be, now 1 upon differentiation of 1 upon t will be 1 upon minus 1 upon t square, so we will have r square upon 4t square. So we can say that this is equal to t n minus 1 e to the power minus r square upon 4t, and then the second term is 1 upon 4 r square by 4, and then t to the power n minus 2 e to the power minus r square upon 4t. So this is your del theta upon del t. Let us compute del theta upon del r. Now del theta upon del r will be equal to, now the differentiation of this with respect to r is equal to t to the power n is fixed, and we have e to the power minus r square upon 4t, and then the differentiation of this bracket will be minus 2r upon 4t. So that means this is equal to minus r upon 2t, because our 4t is constant, so differentiation of r square will be 2r, so we will have this one, and this is same as minus 1 by 2 t power n minus 1, and then we have r into e to the power minus r square upon 4t. Now then we have to find out the value of r square del theta upon del r. Let us multiply this whole term by r square. Now if we multiply this by r square, then we have r square del theta upon del r equal to minus 1 upon 2 t power m minus 1, then this will be your r cube, this one. Now again let us differentiate this one with respect to r. So the differentiation with respect to r will be, this is your constant, so we have minus 1 upon 2 t power n minus 1, differentiation of r cube will be 3r square, then we have the bracket, and then plus r cube, and then the differentiation of bracket will be minus 2r upon 4t, that means minus r upon 2t. Okay. Now let us multiply the whole equation. Let us divide the whole equation by r square. Now if you divide this equation by r square, then we have 1 upon r square del by del r of r square del theta upon del r equal to, now this is equal to minus 1 by 2 t power n minus 1. Now as we have divided the whole equation by r square, so this will be your 3 into e to the power minus r square upon 4t. Now if we divide this equation by r square, then we will have minus r square upon 2t into e to the power x. Here I am using this e to the power x, so we have e to the power minus r square upon 4t into e to the power minus r square upon 4t. Okay. Now this is our left hand side and this is your right hand side. Let us equate these two equations. Now here you can see that the first term, if you multiply this term, then we have plus r square by 4t into t to the power n minus 1 into this one, which is your same as this term, and the first term is minus 3 by 2 t to the power n minus 1 e to the power minus r square by 4t. So because, now let us equate these equations. Therefore your del upon del r 1 upon r square del upon del r of r square del theta upon del r equal to del theta upon del t implies, so the first term here is minus 3 by 2 t power n minus 1 into e to the power minus r square upon 4t, and the second term is minus minus plus r square upon 4, and then if you take this t in the numerator, then we will have t power n minus 2 into e power minus r square upon 4t, and your del theta upon del t was n into t power n minus 1 e power minus r square upon 4t plus r square upon 4 t power n minus 2 into e power minus r square upon 4t. Here you can see that this term is cancelled, and if you now again this term will get cancelled, so your n will be minus 3 by 2. So this is your n, for which we have this left hand side equal to the del theta upon del t. And then the next question, then we have the question, if z into x plus y equal to x square plus y square, so that your zx minus zy whole square equal to 4 times 1 minus zx minus zy. This is very easy. And solution, you can write z as x square plus y square upon x plus y, and you can see that your x and y are symmetrical to each other, so your zx will be, the differentiation of the numerator will be 2x into x plus y plus minus x square plus y square divided by x plus y whole square. So we have x square, then we will have 2xy, then minus y square divided by x plus y whole square. So this is your zx. Similarly, your zy will be, as your x and y are symmetrical to each other, so just replace your x and y. So we will have y square plus 2xy minus x square upon x plus y whole square. So we have zx and zy, so left hand side zx minus zy whole square is equal to, now this minus this will be your, now we have this one equal to, if you subtract from this to this, we will have 2x square, then minus 2y square, and upon x plus y whole square. So this is equal to 2 times, now x square minus y square will be x plus y into x minus y upon x plus y whole square. So we have simply 2 upon 2 into x minus y upon x plus y. So this is our left hand side. Similarly, your right hand side will be 4 into 1 minus zx minus zy. So let us add zx and zy. So we have, if you add this zx and zy, then we will get simply 4xy. So we have plus 4xy, so that means minus 4xy equal x plus y whole square. Then this is equal to x square plus y square plus 2xy minus 4xy divided by x plus y whole square. So in the numerator we have x minus y whole square divided by x plus y whole square. I am using the whole square here, so we will have this one as 4 times this whole square, and that means 4 times the whole square of this thing. This will be your, now your 1x plus y is cancelled, so we will have x minus y whole square upon 4 times x plus y whole square. So you can see that your left hand side is same as your right hand side, hence we have the result. Now let us move towards the next topic, which is your homogeneous functions. Now homogeneous functions of degree n. a function x power n plus say a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 into y plus a2 x power n minus 2 into y square plus an into y power n. Here you can see that degree of each term is equal to n. Here you can see that we have degree n minus 1 and here is 1. So the degree will be n. So the degree of each term is equal to n. So we will say that this is your homogeneous function of degree n. And we can also write it as, let us take x power n common. Then we will have a naught plus a1 y upon x plus a2 y upon x whole square. So then the last term will be y upon x power n. And we can write it as x power n some function of y upon x. This bracket has terms of y upon x, so we can say that it is a function of y upon x. So a function of this type, or we can say a function of x power n into f y upon x, is said to be homogeneous of degree n. Therefore, we can write it as z equal to x power n f of y upon x, and we will say that this z equal to this one is homogeneous of degree n. So here your z is homogeneous of degree n, and please note that this bracket has constant terms because your degree of y is 1 and degree of x is 1. So if you take this in the numerator, so we will get 1 minus 1, which is your 0. So this f of y upon x is your constant term, and we have just z equal to x power n. So we say that, we can say that z equal to x power n into f y upon x is a homogeneous function of degree n. Now we have the Euler theorem. Let u is homogeneous function of degree n, then your x into del upon del x plus y into del upon del y equal to n times u. This is a very famous result of Euler, which says that the value of this left hand side is just equal to n into u. So we do not need to compute this left hand side. We can directly write this left hand side as n into u. So this is the benefit of this Euler theorem. So proof, because u is homogeneous of degree n, so we can write it as u equal to x power n into some function of y upon x. Now let us compute del upon del x. So your del upon del x will be, for the del upon del x, here we have x power n, and again it is a function of x, so we will use the product rule. So this is equal to n into x power n minus 1 into f of y upon x plus x power n, and the derivative of f of y upon x will be the derivative of function will be f dash, and then the derivative of the bracket will be minus y upon x square. Now let us multiply the whole equation by x. So your x into del upon del x is equal to n into x power n into f of y upon x plus, now if you multiply this equation by x, then one x will get cancelled, so we have minus y into x power n minus 1 into f dash y upon x. Say it is equation 1. Again your del upon del y is equal to, as your x is constant, now your del upon del y will be x power n into f dash y upon x, and then the differentiation of y upon x into 1 upon x. So we have y into del upon del y is equal to x power n minus 1 into y into f dash y upon x. Say equation number 2. Now let us add these two equations. So you can see that this y into x power n minus 1 f dash y upon x and y into x power n minus 1 f dash y upon x will get cancelled. So 1 plus 2 implied x del upon del x plus y del upon del y is equal to n times x power n into f y upon x, and this is your x power n into f y upon x is equal to u. So this is our nu, and this is your Euler theorem. Now let us verify this Euler theorem using a question. With the help of a question, we can say that the value of the right hand side is same as left hand side. So verify and note here our u is a function of x and y, and we can have another independent variable. So if u is a function of x, y and z, then your Euler theorem is x into del upon del x plus y del upon del y plus z del upon del z equal to nu, and we can generalize this result. Now let us verify this theorem. So question, if u equal to ax square plus 2hxy plus by square, then verify Euler theorem. So solution, here you can see that your u has degree 2 because this term has degree 2, and again degree of x is 1 into degree of y, so your power will get add, and we have the degree 2, and again here degree is 2. So you can see that here u equal to ax square plus y plus 2hxy plus by square is homogeneous of degree 2. So therefore, now with the help of the Euler theorem, we have this value as 2u. Therefore, x into del upon del x plus y del upon del y equal to, as degree is 2, so we have 2 into u. So the value of this is equal to 2u. This is due to Euler. Now we will verify this by doing the calculations. Now let us prove that this left hand side is equal to 2 into u. Now we will show that this left hand side is equal to 2u. So for that we will calculate del upon del x. So your del upon del x is the differentiation of x square into 2ax plus 2hy, and del upon del y. So x into del upon del x will be 2ax square plus 2hxy, and del upon del y will be differentiation with respect to y will be 2hx plus 2by, and y into del upon del y is 2hxy plus 2by square. So therefore their sum is, let us add these two equations. So we have this term plus this term plus this term and this term. So if you take 2 common, then we will have ax square. Now this is your 4hxy, we have taken 2 common, so we will have 2hxy, then by square, and this bracket was your u, so we have 2 times u. So this is your 2 times u. So we can say that this left hand side is same as 2u, and we have done it through calculation. So we can say that our Euler theorem is verified.